Roger Bloodworth with us 2 weeks before Tomasz Adamek fight with Przemysław Saleta. What can you say about this camp, these preparations so far? It seems like a very professional environment you've been training so far.
Yeah, Odessa is a great place to train in, you know. They've got a great staff. They've taken care of us very well. We haven't had to worry about anything, you know, except doing our work. And I'm very impressed with Kuba. It's the first time I've worked with him. I've worked with a lot of, I hate to call him a personal trainer because he has a doctorate degree in physiology, but that's the role he's working on. He takes care of the conditioning part of the program, and doing an excellent job. I'm really impressed with him. I've worked with a lot of guys. He's probably one of the best I've worked with. And you know, we've had good sparring, and so far it's been a good camp, real good camp.
What do you want to see in Tomasz in this fight? Do you want him to convince you that he still can box? Because Tomasz said that he called you when he received the offer for this fight. He called you and you asked him, "Are you sure?" So it means like you wasn't sure that he should box more.
No. I think you kind of misunderstood. That's true. That's what he said. He called me, told me he wanted to take this fight. I said, "Are you sure you want to fight?" I said, "You know, it's been a long time. You've been off a long time." I said, "Don't take the fight unless you're taking it because you want to fight." And he said, "No." He said, I feel good. I've been off for a long time. I'm rested." And he said, "I want to do this." I said, "All right." And yeah, I was kind of surprised when I got here. He was in pretty good shape. You know, he told me he'd been running at home and everything, which is normal, you know, for a fighter, no matter what stage of career he's in. But I have to see for myself, you know. And I was surprised when he got here. He was in pretty good shape. And thanks to the work that he's put in, and thanks to the work that Cuba's put in, might be the best shape I've seen him in a long, long time. Physical shape, you know.
Okay. Would you say that in this kind of shape he would do much better against Szpilka and Głaskov?
Oh, of course. You know, this fight with Szpilka, he had a lot of fights, and he didn't really take any breaks. And he was just physically tired. I mean, Szpilka, nothing against Szpilka. Szpilka did what he had to do. He moved and stayed away. But, you know, I could see Tomasz knew what he wanted to do. Szpilka did nothing that surprised us. And Tomasz cut the ring off, but he just couldn't pull the trigger. And usually, that's a sign that, one, you're either burned out, or two, you're just physically tired, you know. But he came out of the fight with no marks, nothing swollen. He never got hurt, but his timing was off a second, and he just couldn't. He get him in a position where he knew what he was supposed to do, but he couldn't pull the trigger. So I think, excuse me, I would have to qualify that by saying, sure, he would do better at this time. At the last time, I don't know, because everything is controlled by the mind. And Szpilka, you know, fought his best fight when Tomasz didn't have his best fight. So, you know, we'll see what happens.
You said Tomasz couldn't pull the trigger. I asked Andrew Golora if he could predict fight Adamek against Szpilka, and he said it's easy fight to predict because Adamek can't fight southpaws. Is that correct?
Well, I don't think he's fought a lot of southpaws, but I don't think that was the problem. You know, I just don't think that was the problem. I think it was more the fact that he was just physically worn out. You know, it's. I mean, that's the way it is. It happens.
But honestly, did you a little bit underestimate Szpilka?
No, I don't underestimate anybody. You know, Szpilka still hasn't shown me anything yet. You know, I mean,
Even if he beat Adamek.
he beat Adamek on one of Adamek's worst days, and one of his best days. And like I said, I have nothing against Szpilka, but you know, we'll see what he does. I wish him all the best. I hope he becomes a world champion, but he's going to have to step up his opposition.
What do you expect from this fight? What do you expect from Przemysław Saleta? What kind of fight do you expect? Because last fight of Tomasz against Szpilka was a very tactical fight. What kind of fight do you expect this time?
Well, I haven't seen too many fights of Saleta, but I don't expect him to be real technical. He's a big, strong guy that comes forward and he tries to hurt you. You know, he's not Floyd Mayweather, but he's a dangerous man. You know, so I expect him to come and try to put a lot of pressure on Thomas and try to catch him with something very hard early.
If Tomasz wins this fight easily and fast, do you still believe that he can fight at the top level, at the heavyweight?
Well, first of all, you qualified that with two statements by saying easily and fast. You forget Saleta put up a pretty good fight with Galata. And you and I have had this conversation before. You can never predict what's going to happen in a fight. You just have to let the fight have it. I have to look at the fight and see how it goes. And then Thomas has to make up his mind. I can't make up his mind for him. He has to make up his mind what he wants to do.